The bed welcomes you for a soft slumber. The anticipation of a decent rest pulls you towards the pillow. Raw information atomizes itself. On the other side of the world, a phone rings. And rings, and rings, and rings. You return to the desk. The red folder is still sitting on its surface. ZWS, JMXVB TW, AON, TRRA, KB, ZQY MUSGS. The sheet naturally curls itself into a little V as you place it back on the desk. For Cascade, all will be forgiven. For Cascade, all will be forgiven. The meaning is quite clear. It's the transgression that's a mystery. Only your double's advancing bald spot is visible to you over the rim of the chair. The day beyond the window beckons you outwards.
Wait, the secrets. You can't just leave them out like this.
The nitrocellulose dissolves like the thin end of a dream. You turn away from the desk. The stereo is right where you left. You step away from... You return to your double's limp body. Your double is indifferent.
I'll print. I'll be here if you
The fax machine awaits orders. You turn away from... Bagman gestures. The sounds from...
You again. Any updates on the 9? I did see a man like that some days ago, I think. Near the bazaar, in fact.
Oh, sleeping brother.
No, he was alone. Why do you ask? Privacy, sure. Thank you. I'll be here.
The young man leans back, his gaze slowly tracing your outline. Both of his... A mild yet regrettably symmetrical case of double strabismus.
Only if you got more vision. People come to me for all sorts of services. Call it fate, call it timing. Me, I call it good business. The GMs, half of them owe me money. Some grew up in Viudas. We fried plantains on the same radiators. Is Maurito still working the bazaar? Yeah, you're not from here. Look, don't worry too much about the GMs. If I were to stay away from anyone, it'd be the Carabineros. These fuckers don't fix problems. They pull them out like teeth. Suspicion, that's all. No good talking about it. Won't change anything. You just be careful around them. I respect the goats. That's why I picked the name myself. Tell you what, you come up with some theories, I'll sell the t-shirts.
He stares right back, blinking slowly. He's reading you in return, a man trained by an informal school.
Nah, I'm no Kizak boy. I come here to work, and I go home. That's about it. And getting better by the day. It's not what it was even 10 years ago. Cleaner, you know? You won't see a Recreacion fan catching a screwdriver to the stomach. But hey, I like tourists with money. And tourists love Kizak. It's got colors, it's got music. No better place to pass through before heading home. Born and raised in Lower Viudas. An hour away by tram. But the lines hold. My mother's a Rustam woman. Inland blood. Came to Portofino with her parents when she was 11. She raised me on hibiscus tea and stories about the commune.
The dream of Rustam. For 80 years there were no kings or bosses, only rotating councils, grain cooperatives and radio poets. As the developed world spread, the dream cracked.
It's quiet. If you're used to shouting, neighborhood's made up of 14 towers. Astor had it built in the 50s, for immigrants mostly. We got a barber, Timo, with the solid tattoos, old Khalchi selling candles out the windows, best bakeries in town. You should visit, bring your friends. Who else is gonna do it? You know how tourist pamphlets have colored maps? Overview, this is orange, you know, for dangerous. Sure, but you won't find any of that unless you're looking for it. Neighborhood business is neighborhood business. Old people, they think Lower Viudas should clean up, look decent. We're not the ones scared of poverty. Take a break. I have a lot to offer. Forget about him. I can give you everything he can, and more. I'm always serious with you, but okay, I can see that fire in your eyes. I haven't seen it, promise. Baby, not only am I a businessman, I am a purveyor of taste. I create high-class aesthetics and deliver low-overhead miracles. Sometimes it's fashion, sometimes it's conversation pieces.
Jacket, pristine, not bootlegged. Nails recently manicured. Money made.
And I got fresh weed too. The universe provides.
Theft, obviously.
If you ever need to help yourself to the world's supplies, I have just the thing.
Presented between his finger and thumb, a small but sturdy metal prong. A lockpick.
What? With the neon bibs, Lucian snacks, all of that? That's not my movement.
The way his lips curl, revulsion, as if he smelled meat left to rot in the sun.
Here works for me, making moves on my own accord. And I don't do bootlegs. Ever. I don't mind the aesthetics. It's not about the quality either. It's the principle of them. Whenever someone says bootleg, all I hear is almost. You almost got money. You almost got taste. You almost. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. Shit is just hollow, you know? And I don't mind anyone wearing this stuff. Maybe that's all they can afford, but you live long enough and close enough. Maybe you start to forget the real shit. The freshest.
Smells like rubber bands, hardly vegetal. It is also very obviously dry.
All right, a connoisseur then. Listen, yeah? This is ancient. This here is first wave greenery. Pre-legal, pre-moral. You'll be seeing lizards and volcanoes with this strain. That's not a guarantee, but it's not a lie either. Just weed, on account of it being part of my religion. Everything else is hot on. I said all I can say on that.
He means that. If he said otherwise, he'd be going against some kind of code.
All right, tell me what's on your mind. I'll be seeing you.
Wet cloth and iron dust. Foul. Chemical. Tiny silhouettes drift beneath the surface, darting in irregular arcs. Looking at the device, you don't see a panel or switch. That would suggest a control room nearby. Like the one over there, to the east.
Looks like the shrimping is off for today, Caracalito. We don't want to get in the GM's way.
I guess.
The man and the young girl grimace at a barge that appears to be jammed between the canal walls.
We came here to do some shrimping, but that doesn't seem possible right now. Not sure. It seems to be stuck in the waterlock. Maybe it's broken again. It happens from time to time as it's so old. Yeah, so should we.
The intercom is covered by a protective plastic film. A button embossed in the shape of a cheerful dolphin shines at the bottom. Yet another device bearing the Renotel emblem, only recently installed too. Strip that plastic off, now. It curls under the edge of your fingernail and slides off in a single, unbroken piece. Exquisite. The indicator light flicks on. A high-pitched whine from the speaker. After a second, a voice emerges through the static.
Is it working? Can you hear me? Oh, that's good. I never know if I'm pressing the right thing.
Holiday phone girlfriend. Claimer.
Yes, actually. We aren't exactly open to the public, so this is just a light security measure. Sorry, I'm still getting used to it. Désolé. If you don't know, you're probably not supposed to be here. I think the door is doing most of the stopping.
The dermis of static masks any change in her tone. Seems you need a good reason to be here. Fortunately, you are trained in reverse reasoning.
Thank you. No one's ever told me that before. That's a very nice thing to hear out of clear blue through this little speaker in front of me. You also have a nice voice. No, there's no camera. Just your voice and my imagination. Bonne journée.
Rubbish is piled so high it overflows the rim of the metal container. The sanitation crews are running behind schedule. The layers of detritus are many days deep. A whole history of discarded artifacts is piled up in front of you. This bin is an archive. Search it and you may conjure the recent history of this place. You feel warmth radiating from the inside. Something in there is fermenting. The rubbish container and all its spoils continue to rot through time.
You shouldn't be here. Bit of a hold-up with the barge over there. He nearly got robbed by a gang, no less.
It wasn't us. We plead not guilty, officer.
Nothing was taken, luckily, but they did manage to break the damn thing's engine. So now it's stuck there until the replacement parts arrive. Can't say I have. I'm not usually stationed round here, though, so I wouldn't. Let's see now. I hear it's in the back ways, right next to where the ex-pilots drink their sheep carcass juice. Some indigenous recipe of theirs. Imagine the worst thing you've ever tasted. Now imagine sucking it out of a dead sheep's arse.
Please don't imagine that. Definitely don't be tempted to drink it either.
If you want to see for yourself, just walk the path all the way to the west until you come across some old men giving each other an hard time. Only one in the near vicinity is Dr. Hugo's. He runs it out of his houseboat at the end of the back ways. Oh, very dangerous. Probably one of the Azuri lot. Yeah, you wouldn't want to mess with them, miss.
Buffing himself like a castrated cockerel in an attempt to masculate himself. Azuri Mob is a foreign crime syndicate you've only heard about in passing, always with a warning to stay away.
No. Full-grown adults. I heard one of them even had a beard. The parts may take a while as the trade route slowed up recently. Used to be a lot quicker a couple of weeks ago. The rest of the developed world. Must be something at the docks by the bazaar, but I wouldn't know more specifically, outside of my jurisdiction. You can't go in there, I'm afraid. That's what I'm here for. No one gets in.
Working for the Opera technically means you don't officially exist. Therefore...
Ho ho! That's funny. I see what you did there. Only the controls to the waterlock, but we can't risk anyone lowering the water right now. It would damage the barge even further, you see. You probably shouldn't.
You pick up the payphone's handset. You press the soft plastic. The poke sends a ripple from your fingertip through the rest of your body, resonating with You step away. The gate stands before you, still locked. The gate creaks and you return to the rack of clothing. Price tags rustle beneath your fingers. You turn away from the rack.
The Ariel creep is still up there, menina. Creeping. Carmona sees this magazine. Good day to you.
A cosmonaut suit, a relic of Project Autonomia. It's your focus wider.
Oh, it's you. What? That's so dangerous. You could have been killed. Or worse. I hope that's not true. But if you're sure about this, then... For the record, I don't expect you to help me like this. And if you want to give up, you can at any time. Thank you. Okay, look, I think I know why you didn't get snatched. Mi viejo mentioned something like that. Gilmar had been snooping around the waterlock to the east of the bazaar when he got snatched. That might be the missing bit. No idea. I think Dad looked around there himself, but before he could tell me what he found, he was...
gone.
Just don't get hurt. And please, please come back. What takes your fancy? You need anything else? Thanks for stopping by.
The intercom, the revealed.
I told you this place is off. You probably...
The container is still overfull with the rubbish container.
We better pack up us.
I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
No, we don't want to be involved in anything like that. Yeah, so should we.
The fire exit stands conspicuously ajar. Someone has wedged it open with a ball. Wrong. Ball wants to play, not wedge. Nobody is paying any particular attention to the door, or seems close enough to care. Suspiciously nonchalant. It's a pelota ball, the local variation of handball. Pelota balls are not designed for use as doorstops. Someone has elevated this ball to contraption status. It's just a ball in a door. A dark hallway. At the opposite end, you can just make out the bottom of a metal staircase. A fine place to hide in a moment of crisis. Marked and remembered. No, it's a trap. Must be destroyed. You pocket the ball and close the fire door firmly.
Wolf time. You can ask. We know everything. The angel Canopus cursed her before she was even born, because of her mom. It was vengeance. No. Now she serves Canopus in her war against the other angels. There's Deneb, Polaris, and Razzlehog.
Razzlehog is gay. He's the gay angel.
Shut up. I like him. And that's not how angels work.
They all have their own powers. Ultima Wolf.
But Ultima Wolf only appears when times are most dire.
Your tongue runs along the familiar edges of your canines. Inner wolf, hidden wolf.
Well, the last time Ultima Wolf appeared, she burned a village of women and kids.
It was sick.
Grieving wolf. When she plays her heart, even the angels cry.
She also ate Nabia's sister while they were all locked inside Nabia's heart. She didn't kill her sister. She ate her.
That is not her fault. Zealous wolf. He destroyed the moon with his gun hammer.
His gun hammer was forged by the Elder Wolves. He also blew up an ocean, but they only showed that once because of the seizures.
Yeah, he did it to get back at Polaris. That's his mom.
Zealous Wolf is only part wolf. That's why he has wings.
Polaris forced him to join her order of Dark Seraphims. She's too strong to fight. So Zealous Wolf tricked her instead.
You can't be an angel if you do a stellar sin. So, whoosh.
Do you have a gun hammer? I don't believe you. If I had one, I'd carry it everywhere.
It's easy. You just have to memorize their names. I did. Zealous Wolf, Tyrant Wolf, Raging Wolf, Reviled Wolf, Stoic Wolf, Fear Wolf, Pity Wolf, Yearning Wolf, Sensitive Wolf, Hysteric Wolf, Ecstatic Wolf, Passion Wolf, Tender Wolf, Sorrow Wolf, Insecure Wolf, Grateful Wolf, Seething Wolf, Psycho Wolf, Gentle Wolf, Numb Wolf, Bitter Wolf, Lustful Wolf, Loathing Wolf, Modest Wolf, Sanguine Wolf, Grieving Wolf, Ultima Wolf, Greedy Wolf, Guilty Wolf, Dream Wolf, Dyspeptic Wolf, Weary Wolf, Wrath Wolf, Cunning Wolf, Trickster Wolf, Placid Wolf, Eager Wolf, Nostalgic Wolf, Dread Wolf, Jealous Wolf, Venturous Wolf, Stubborn Wolf, Obsessive Wolf, Hasty Wolf, Forlorn Wolf, Mournful Wolf, Vain Wolf, Reverent Wolf, Wicked Wolf, Shy Wolf, Jubilant Wolf, Clement Wolf, Sycophant Wolf, Furtive Wolf, Conformist Wolf, Serene Wolf, Critical Wolf, Vindictive Wolf, and Unyielding Wolf. Sure. Zealous Wolf, Dream Wolf, Shy Wolf.
There's so many more wolves. Not really. They only come out when she gets in trouble.
Or when they get hungry. If she doesn't feed them, they try to devour her heart.
The phantom weight presses on your chest as you picture this girl, waking up each day to a world of wolves and monstrous angels.
No, they're wolves.
He doesn't know what that word means, but also what he said. No?
Then her heart would be empty.
And the story would be over. Mom says it's good we spend time outside.
The girl nods.
Whoa. He looks even smarter than in the show. Remember when he cast Lexicon Apocalypse and wiped out like 50 angels from history?
Uh-huh. After he found their real names in the bottomless library. Critical Wolf can be scary, but he's the smartest one.
Alright. So, what now? You can ask us about whatever.
No, remember what Mom said. Okay, you can ask some stuff because there's people around, and I can scream real loud.
The girl's instincts are commendable. The boy's a disaster in waiting.
Yep.
Mom's at home. We live on a boat.
We don't know him. Mom didn't have fun with him. But that's when I was really little, so I don't remember. Yeah. Mom is all we need.
She's awesome.
Why aren't you at work? Well, that's true. Well, there's no school today, or tomorrow. That's how it is now. We have 2 weeks of school, and then 2 weeks of nothing.
Antonio's mom said it's because foreign politicians. He's my friend. He lives on another houseboat. No school for 2 more weeks. Yay. Antonio's school doesn't open anymore. He's so lucky. I wish ours was like that.
Don't say that. Mom said we might go to the one in the sunset, but she doesn't seem sure.
A bourgeois district in the northern parts of Portofino.
Since 2 years. I remember because I helped Arla with the alphabet.
Shut up. I knew the letters already.
But it was only 1 day a week at first. And then our teacher said she had to help other schools. So now it's like this.
No, we do loads of stuff. Like watch TV. Sometimes I go to the canal with Antonio and the others.
We have homework. I make sure he does his. But it's not the same. I don't need to be useful. I just want stuff to be like how it was, and to see the teachers.
I don't want to talk about dumb school anymore. Can we talk about anything else? The music man wears glasses, and sometimes double glasses. It looks dumb.
She doesn't mean him. He's been here since forever. And he doesn't wear suits. Odd. Like, how odd?
Brains lie, guts don't.
There's so many accents here. The boat people have their ones, and the music man, and also Carmona.
We know Marlen's dad is missing. She's been really worried.
So you heard. Perhaps they can confirm the woman's story.
He disappeared because the phone ate him.
She didn't say the phone ate him. But why else would her dad disappear? We know what her dad looks like, because he's been here before. But she's been showing everyone else just in case.
Are you going to find her dad? But someone has to help her.
Can we talk about less sad stuff now? Okay.
The children ignore you. A low, tilting shelf marked in heavy block letters. Despised subgenres. Reason will not help you here. Close your eyes and let your hand seek out what it wants. There. Swirling maelstroms of darkness adorn the album cover. Intricate but hardly visible patterns of black on slightly darker black. The band logo is an illegible scroll, allegedly composed of letters in a human script. On the spine you find the title, Blood Golem. The artist,
The album is called I Will Know You by the Sound of Your Structures Crumbling. It is what your hand wanted and found. Violence, an all-out auditory assault. Its condition is pristine, as though it were pressed yesterday, for us and us alone. There is no track listing, no credits, only violence in its purest form, unjustified, unrighteous, primal. Now, always.
Still crass music on a crass replayable format, but at least it's not an active attempt to idiotize the population. I'll give you that.
He nods curtly. You turn your attention away from the...
Welcome back, my good replayer. You'd like to hear more? I wouldn't expect a replayer like you. Sure,